and welcome to this week's video. If you are new to me and you've never found me before and you don't know who I am, this is my website www.thecardmakingacademy.co.uk, and I am Natalie, that's my name, and the company name is the Card Making Academy, and as the name suggests, I am here to teach you how to make handmade cards. So I have all sorts of things available on that website, from kits in the post to classes and courses and various things. But on a Saturday, I'm here to just share some inspiration really, and share some of the products that you can buy from me, but also just you can use the inspiration of the cards that I'm making today. You can use the colours as inspiration, so just the colours, and use those and take those on a card that you're doing, or perhaps a layout, and you might use the layout as your inspiration to make another card. But if you are anything like me, today is all about a kit. Now, I love a kit. I have been card making for many years, but I also like to sit down sometimes without having to think too much about crafting and creating and coming up with my whole brand new idea all by myself, and a kit is a great thing for that. It may be that you're brand new to crafting as well and to making cards, and so these kits are just great. So I'm going to change my camera and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about and what we're going to be playing with today. So here is the kit. Now this is right up my street first of all, because it's got blues in it. Blues and greens are my favourite colour. In fact, there is a little bit of green in there as well. But it's bright and it's sunny and it's happy and it's just great. So this is in the Stampin' Up catalogue. All the products that I use in my videos are from a company called Stampin' Up, because they all coordinate beautifully and they are high quality products. So this is in our mini catalogue that goes through now until the end of June 2021. So if you are watching this at another time, it may not be available, but again, please watch the video. As I say, you may get some inspiration from the colours or the layout as well. So this is a kit, and this kit makes 16 cards, as it says here. It's £28, and everything that you see across the bottom there, we'll be seeing it in real life in a minute, but everything is included here, or everything there is included. So the only additional thing that you may need is a stamp set, and there is a stamp set that coordinates perfectly with this and is made for this, but you don't also have to buy the stamp set. It's sentiments, that's what the stamp set is mainly. So if you've got any other sentiment set, you can use that as well, but it is made to go together, and it does look gorgeous, obviously. And this page also tells you the colours and what else is needed. So we've got 4 coloured ink pads there, some glue dots, some dimensionals, and some tape or multi-purpose glue, whatever you decide that you like. So that is it on the page, but this is it in real life. So first off, it comes in this gorgeous box, which has stars on. So for those of you that know me, my team is the Stamping Stars, and we are a community of crafters who just understand that we like to and ah about paper and ribbon. So this is the box as it comes. So it's got a little bit of foil on there, but great to be used either to wrap a present in or to just keep stuff in, whatever stuff in. It's just a box to say. So you get an instruction pack there. Oh, there we go. Oh, come on. And then everything else you need. So the box is just there for decorative purposes. As I say, we don't need that, especially if we're going to make the cards and send them away. But there we go. So I'm going to put that to one side now. But a great keep. And this is a pack of everything that we need to make the kit. So I'm going to grab my scissors and get this open. Oh. So the reason I say it's great for a new beginner is because it has, say, everything in there, bar a stamp set and a few inks. You could obviously have a black ink pad if you're new starting out and you've only got a black ink pad. That works as well, it's all good. So let's have a look. Let's get all these off the top first. So these are all our card blanks. So card blank being the base card, the card that we already, look, is already patterned. Oh, hang on, there's some bits in there. Oh, and some more. So, as you saw, I hadn't opened this yet, so there's some layers there, but they are cards and they are cards. In fact, they are cards. There we go. So some are patterned, 4 are patterned, and look at those gorgeous colours. Love, love, love them. Okay, so there's our 16 cards. You obviously get envelopes as well, so you don't need to buy envelopes separately, and they're good quality, sturdy envelopes. Oh, look, they have patterns in them. Are they all the same? I think they probably will be. Oh, no, they're not. But, oh, no, now we need to know which ones are which. Because obviously you have to have the envelope that coordinates with your card that you're making. Maybe there's just two different sorts. Oh, no, that's... And I reckon all these ones are that bright orangey yellow. Okay, so there we go. So eight with insides that colour and 8 with insides that colour. Right, at least I know that now. What else do we have here? So we also have some layering elements. So let's get these out of the way first. So these are vellum. So it's like a kind of thick tracing paper, if you like, if you've not come across vellum before. And they are already cut in a nice tag shape for us. So we'll put those to one side. And then I've got, so one of the cards will have this layer on, already printed, already done. Don't need to do anything with that. How lovely is that? Tulips, just tulip time of year at the moment as well. Then we have a couple of die cuts, and these will pop out. I'm not going to pop them out right now until I need them, but 2 sheets of those. Oh, look at that. Some kind of a matte foil. So they're gorgeous. So you've got a couple of sheets of those. And there as well. They will just all pop out. Again, a couple more layers there. That's got a gold foil around it, and they will pop out when we need them. So some sentiment layers here. Oh, look at that. We've got 4 sheets of those. They're all the same. So that's obviously for our 16 cards. We've got, oh, that's super shiny. Some gold foil layers there as well. And then again, some more pop out. Love the stars. Love the colours. Just love, 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 love. And then some vellum tags. Okay, a vellum tag there as well. And also some twine. Some green and white, so granny apple green and white twine. So I'm going to pick 2 cards to do in this video, and then next week I'm going to share the other 2 cards with you. So it comes with an instruction sheet. So it's got the pictures on there of what you're going to create. It's in various languages, so we only want the English. And there we go. And it says, so I always have a read of these first because they've always got some tips in here. So it says, create beautiful all-occasion cards in minutes, perfect for new crafters, busy crafters, or crafters on the go. Because yes, if you go away, especially this year, if you're going away in the UK and you want to take some craft stuff with you, but you don't want to take your entire craft room with you, then grabbing a kit and taking that with you is the perfect way to get to go do some crafting while you're away. The kit includes enough supplies for 16 cards for each of 4 designs using the You Are Amazing stamp set. Ink and adhesives are sold separately. Okay, so it tells you what your kit includes. It tells you what else is needed. It tells you the coordinating colours there. So again, if you wanted to, you don't have to use a kit exactly as it's meant to be. You can, of course, it's your kit. You do whatever you want to do with it. There's also a video there that's showing there's a video about Stampin' Up kits in general. So we've got some steps going down there. I think if I turn the page over, they're going to make some sense. But also tips. So adhesives may show through vellum. To avoid this, place the adhesive behind other elements when adding vellum die cuts. So in other words, if you put some glue all over the place, it may shine through because obviously vellum is see-through. So you try and hide it. So I don't know, I haven't looked at it yet, but if there's a circle going there, we'd stick the glue under there where you can cover it up. So that's their first top tip. When tying the twine around card pieces, you may find it helpful to secure the twine on the back of the card piece with a mini glue dot before tying the bow. Well, yes, that's a very good point. I tend to do a double knot and then do my bow once I've got the tension that I want in my twine. And stamping dimensionals will create a raised element. Stamping steel or mini glue dots will adhere pieces together more evenly. So it's basically saying that the seal or seal plus and the glue dots will lay things flat, whereas dimensions will raise them up. Now I'm thinking if I go onto the back of here we go. There we go. So that's what those points meant. So that's our instructions there. So that for example is number 7, and number 7 says, Cut 24 inches of twine and wrap it around the slot in the vellum pieces several times. Tie in a bow, trim excess twine. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Putting that through there that many times, gosh. And number 6 says attach using stamping seal. Number 3, stamp the sentiment in Mango Melody, so that's the colour. And number 5 says add using dimensionals. So it tells you which is raised up, and you just use, there's all the instructions. You don't follow them in that order. You take the numbers from these and you put them on here. So there's our 4. So I think I'm going to start, what should I start with? Should I start with these 2? Oh, I'm going to be doing that, aren't I? Maybe not. Let's start with this one to start with anyway. So I'm going to put that to one side. I do love a thanks. So I'm going to, what do I need? Let's have a look. So I need one of those darker blue card bases. So that's that. I need one of those layers with the tulips on, which was gorgeous, which is there. I need some of those die cut circles. Woo. So that's there. I need 2 of those. Number 6, what does number 6 say? It says, they're using Stampin' Steel. So is that the only one that uses those circles? Just want to make sure, because they look slightly different colours there. But I think that's it. That's the only circle, isn't it, on there? Yes, so it is both of those. Is it both? I might be wrong about that. As I say, I haven't made these before because I wanted to show you what was in the pack. I didn't want to open the pack. Oh, no, there you go. I knew, look. Always double check yourself. When your gut says there's something different, there normally is. Okay, so that's one of the darker circles, one of the lighter circles. So yeah, I haven't made one of these because, as I say, I wanted to show you as I open the kit kind of thing. Right, and then we've got, that looks white to me, so that has got to be that one there. So I'll pop that out. So you just pop them out. They're just attached with a few little points. I don't know if you can see that there. Tiny little points. So they just pop out really easily anyway. What else do I need? So the twine is tied all the way around. And sometimes I do find twine a bit twiddly and fiddly. I don't always use it, but we're doing this as I should do, so I'm going to do that. I'll be quite happy with that, like that. And so what does this say? This says number 2. So I'm going to read my instructions first. And number 2 says stamping Granny Apple Green. So here are my colours: Pretty Peacock, Mango Melody, Granny Apple Green and Flirty Flamingo. They're the ones they've suggested. But in this case it's the green, so we're going to bring that out. So this is the Pretty Peacock in the stem, and you've got the Granny Apple Green in the stems as well. So you've got all 4 colours on that piece of patterned paper. Number 5 says use stamping dimensionals. So that is, this bit here is on dimensionals and this bit here. So in fact this is raised, it's not flat. Now the only thing I would say to you is you can make these all in one go, but if you think you might be posting them, the more levels you keep putting dimensions up on, or the more things you put on dimensions, the thicker your card's going to be, the more it's going to cost you to post. Because if you put everything flat, it will go as a normal first or second class stamp. But if you're starting to raise things up, you'll start finding that the thickness will mean it will go as a large letter. So number 6 says use stamping seal. Well, I'm a bit of a multi-purpose glue person, so I'm going to be using that, but that says that they're flat. And number 10 says cut 28 inches, that's a lot, 28 inches of twine, wrap it around the floral card twice, tie in a bow, trim excess twine. Right, so that is, I do that first because you do not want to, oh, let's get rid of that, you do not want to stick that down and then find you've got to tie your twine round there. What is going on here? I've got cat hairs galore. It's my cat, he sits here. Right, oh, don't do what I've just done. Let's just tie that round again. Find the open end and do it properly. Right, so 21 inches. Okay, well my grid paper, that's a lot, is 16. So that's almost, what, 4 times that. So 1, that's 32, 48, and a bit more. So I'm going to cut that there and put that to one side. That is a long bit of twine. Okay, so what I try, I try and do, but you won't be able to see too much, is I try and put my card kind of in the middle, or as in the middle as I can, just because otherwise you end up with one long bit and one short bit. But that is a lot. I'm obviously quite stingy with my twine normally. So I'm going to wrap it round once there, wrap that one around here, and I'm going to go round again, I think. Where's my picture? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's a good couple of times. So once I've done that, go underneath, wrap that one over. So this is where it's saying you might find it more, I'm not surprised they're saying it's find it more useful because they've used so much. That'll do. Okay, there. That's like around 4 times, so that's lots. So they've said, you know, you could stick a piece of glue on the back, but as I say, I just kind of do this, and I don't worry about my bow. I'm not worrying about positions, bows or anything at this stage. I just want to make sure that this is tight enough, but not too tight that it you know, starts to bend the card. Can you see that? No, you can't. So if I do it too tight, it starts bending that up. So I want it tight enough that it's not baggy, but not so tight that it starts bending that card. So there's my double knot. And I'm quite happy with how that all is there. Now I can focus on my bow, and twine I just do like a shoelace because it's got no back or front or anything like that. It's not going to be got to be round the right way. It all looks the same from all angles. So just tie a bow, and it's up to you how big you want your loops to be. Let's just, I've still got my lockdown nails on, so I've got no nails to do anything. Okay, so that's it. Now I can decide where I want it and how I want it, and you can also sit there. Do you want these crossed over? Do you want them going all the same way? This is entirely up to you. Decisions. I like mine to be all going the same way, not crossing over. That's a little bit OCD. Didn't realise I was so OCD until I started doing these videos. Okay, so I can now wiggle this. It's not stuck down anywhere. So it'll wiggle and wiggle. What's it? And tickling the cider. There we go. So we know that's going to be like that. Let's have a look at that. It's not straight, obviously, but yes, that's the kind of area I want it. So now I can concentrate on sticking that exactly where I want it. There we go, and I can use the top of those tulips as a guide. There we go, now that's going to go on there like that. So it said, so I've got nothing else to do with that, so I can now grab my dimensions, or dimensionals. There we go, and I'll put one in each corner. So these are just double-sided foam. I'll put 2, it's a reasonably big bit of card, so I'll put one there and one there. That's all I need. So it's got paper sticky there, obviously, and it's got sticky here, and these come off really easily. Gotta love a Stampin' Up dimensional. Okay. And putting that on, trying to leave an even border. If I wasn't happy or it wasn't straight, I'd pick it up straight away, but I'm quite happy with where that is. Okay, what I probably should have done, but it doesn't matter, we can poke them underneath because this isn't stuck down. So this is my multi-purpose. So I say you could use a tape runner, that's absolutely fine. In fact, one of my reasons for doing this is that I want, it gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So as I'm sliding it over that ribbon, or under that ribbon, should I say. So that's going to go, right, hold on. Get my, okay, so if that's going to go there, I'm not touching this on the card yet, but it's going to go. Can lift those up, give or take about there. This needs to go a bit further down, like that. So they're both flat, and as you can see, I've got a little bit of wiggle room before it dries completely. Just realise that one's not straight. Move those over. Because say you can still play with this, as I say, it's not stuck down, and you can have them wide, you could have them open. I like mine all together, obviously. There we go. Yeah, let's it. I'm happy. She says I'm happy with that. Come on. There we go. And you could fan them out if you wanted to. Whatever you want is your card. Right, so now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. So I want my Granny Apple Green. I'm going to get my stamp out that says thanks. Now I need a block. So this is a red rubber stamp, or cling stamp as it's called. But it needs to cling to something for me to use it. If I tried to do it like that, I'd probably make a mess. So I need something solid for it to go on. So we have acrylic blocks. Filthy acrylic blocks by the looks of this one. And I try and put because this is a straight stamp, I'm going to put it on my grid paper straight, and I'm going to use those grid lines as well to make sure that's, so it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be straighter than if I put it on willy-nilly. So there's my, and if you want to do a little test piece first to make sure you've inked it all up properly, I'm just gently tapping. I'll do it there, you can't see it, can you? So let's do it there. Just make sure everything's okay. You've got no hairs on it, you've got no ink around the edge. So there we go. It's a nice juicy ink pad, this one, so I've got no problem. There we go, everything is covered. I'm happy with that. So now I've just got to do as straight as I can. So again, I'll put that die cut straight. I'll try and do this whilst not being able to see over the top of it. Put that as straight as I can. And just apply some pressure now, not pushing so hard that I'm trying to get through the other side of the table to the floor, but I am giving it enough pressure and making sure it's an even pressure. There we go, that's perfect. We like that. Blues and greens, that's why I like this. And if you did, so let's say you did muck this up, you can just turn it over and you'd have the same flag but without the gold border, or you could try another piece, or you could cut out, you could stamp it on some scrap white and just cut it out and put it over the top as well. So various ways there if you don't get it right first time. We normally have quite a few spare die cuts, but it doesn't look like it in this case. So there is that one, and then I'm going to stick that right over there, and it is going to go over the ribbon, but that will also hold the ribbon in place as well. There we go, so make sure the sticky is on the card as well as the ribbon, and there we go. There is our first card. And I'm going to make a quicker card for my second one, because I realised that on this first video I've gone through all the kits, so this is going to be quite a while. So I'm going to pick out the next easiest, quickest one, rather than next one I'll wrap all that round there. But I'm thinking this one, I might go this one actually, this is nice. I like that. So let's put that to one side. And let's get on with this one here. So I need one of my pattern cards. So there's my card, make sure I've got it up the right way, not got it upside down. I need one of these panels out of here. Doop, doop, doop. There we go. What else do I need? I need one of those there. I need a yellow, big long flag thing there. And I need, is that gold? That may be gold. I think that might be gold. Is it the big one or the little one? Oh, that's too big. Not that one. That's it. Perfect. Okay, so I think that's all I need. There's no vellum or anything there. Okay, so let's just quickly read those instructions. So, wherever they are. There they are. So number 6 says, use Stampin' Seal. So that label is flat and this yellow label is also flat. Number 9 says, cut 17 inches of twine, so 43 centimetres, and wrap around the banner twice. Number 1 says, Stampin' Flirty Flamingo. And number 5 says using dimensionals. So this piece here is on dimensionals. I'm surprised this bit isn't, to be fair. I suppose you can do what you want to, whatever you want to. I might put him on dimensionals, I think. Right, okay, so let's have a look. So, I think that is going on there. So I am going to put him on dimensionals because I like a bit of dimension on my cards, if you didn't know. So there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is slightly smaller, so I'll just have 1 in the middle like that. There we go. So they come off. There we go. And I want to put him centre, or centrally as I can. Keep my cards straight on my grid paper. Look at all my borders. That's pretty good, I think. Okay, so on my, what do I want? 17 inches. What? Oh, I've got inches actually this side. This grid paper is inches one way and centimetres the other. Oh, this is where it's all going to get stuck because I've just wrapped it round. Oh! Right, hold on. Just ignore that. Okay, so 17 inches. So actually that's just a bit more than that. So there we go. Let's put that to one side. Okay, so we are just wrapping this round. And again, we're not gluing it, so I'm going to do it in the middle at the moment. I know it's not in the middle, but 1, 2, is that all? Twice, and they've given us 17 inches. I think that's a little excessive. We might have to go a few more times. There we go. Right. So I'm going to tie my double knot to say that I am happy with that position, and it doesn't even need to be a double actually, just a single knot. Then tie my shoelace bow, and again pull those a little bit. So again, I can sit and just use, well, you could use your fingernails if you had fingernails. I would use my fingernails if I had the fingernails. Let's cut that a little bit. Chop my tails off. There we go, put those to one side. That's reasonably straight, I think. Okay, so now I can move my bow where I want it, a little bit more in the middle. I can tweak those bits over. Never realised how OCD I was about twine being flat. Okay, and then I'm going to move it to the end here. Now I'm not going to stick that on yet because I want to see when I stick that, or I could, because that's got to be the central. It does need to be, that seems to be in line with that line there. So I need to make sure these are poking out the same and that's over there, and that fits on properly quite happily. Actually, that looks all right. So, I mean, he says he's doing flat, but again, I might go dimensionals. Up to you, flat or raised, whatever you prefer. So I'm going to put 1 there, only because that, I think, because if you had only wrapped it round twice, like it tells you to do, then yours wouldn't be as thick and wouldn't be sticking up anyway. But if you've done more, like me, because that was an awful lot of twine to cut off just to wrap it round twice, then, hold on, that's centrally and straight. There we go, that's better. And then I could, yeah, then that'll go over. And that could go straight, or flat, sorry. Yeah, I'm going to put that on. So, in fact, I'm going to put glue just along, oh, come on. There we go. Just along that middle bit there, because I'm not doing anything on there. So it's up to you. It's open to your perception of what you want, given what you've done. I'm going to say, it's your kit, your card. You don't have to do it absolutely perfectly. But I'm going to do that flat, because I did the other bit raised. And then I just need my sentiment. So, what did it say? It said flirty flamingo, didn't it? So that's my flirty. Right, but, so this is where I'm going to change my kit, because there's, in my eyes, there's no other flirty flamingo in this card. So to me, I've got Pretty Peacock, or I've got Mango Melody. So I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to bring in my Mango Melody, because that's the sort of the yellowy orange mango colour, obviously, as the name suggests. I'm not going to do it pink because there's nothing else pink on this card. And if you know me, you know that I'd have to put a pink border on around there, or put this pattern paper on a pink card for it to be pink and for me not to have a little bit of a wobble. So I'm going Mango Melody. I'm still going to go You Are Amazing because I like that. So I'm getting that out of there. I've used this stamp set a lot actually. I like, because it's got all sorts of, it's got your congrats, you are amazing, thanks, happy birthday, hip hip hooray, 3 cheers for you, which could be anything from babies to weddings to graduations or anything. I've used this quite a lot. Right, so let's get another block. I think that's big enough for my block, isn't it? Yeah. Let's, again, I've got a straight edge, so let's try and get it straight as I can. Okay, see how inky my pad is. Oh, that's pretty good. Nice and inky, this one. So gentle taps, and then again put that straight. So just everything you can do to try and help you stamp straight is great. Okay, just adding a bit of pressure, not rocking it or anything like that. Look at that. Fantastic, that's what I want. Get rid of my ink pad. Let it just dry for a second before I smudge it. And then I'm going to raise that up as well. So you do whatever you want to do. Right, what have I done with my dimensionals? I put them somewhere, so there they are, hiding under there. So I might just put 3 on this because it's a little bit smaller. Oh. And there we go. That's it. Then it coordinates better. I kind of pink when I've got no other pink. Right, there now I want a little bit more. Ooh. Just making sure that border gets a bit too much. That way. Right, I've probably got my head in the way here. Oh, stop it. There we go. Right. That'll do. Well, that hasn't got green in it either, and we've got green twine, but I'm going to forget that for the moment. Right, that is our second card. So we have that card and that card. And that's it for this video, because we're half an hour long already. So I'm going to do the other 2 cards in next Saturday's video. So come back and join me for that. Or if you are watching this later than live, or when I've recently done them, then just go to the next video and it will be in there. Okay, thanks very much for joining me. Bye-bye.